Think about this. Last year, Americans had a total of $866 billion in credit card debt. Many people who have trouble paying their credit card balance are turning to companies that offer to settle their debts. But you've got to be careful, as Early Show consumer correspondent Susan Koppen is here to tell us. Good morning, Susan.
Good morning, Maggie. Many of these companies will ask you to pay a fee up front. They'll tell you to stop talking to your creditors, and they offer to get you a better deal on your debt. But now consumer advocates across the country are getting flooded with complaints about some of these debt settlement companies. Saddled with more than $12,000 in credit card debt, Joan and Todd Goley of Minneapolis were desperate. Their 4 credit cards were maxed out and gaining interest quickly.
To sum it up, we found ourselves in a difficult financial position. We sought help.
So they signed up with Credit Solutions of America, the largest debt settlement company in the country. Its website promises big savings, big discounts, and a way to be debt-free in a matter of months.
They know what they're doing, and you're going to get out of debt.
I thought, well, this is too easy. Why didn't I do this before?
You will come out on top, and that burden of debt will be removed from you.
According to the Goleys, Credit Solutions told them to stop talking to their creditors and halt payments on their credit cards. The Goleys agreed to pay Credit Solutions instead, a total of nearly $2,000 over 16 months. In return, the company said it would work with their creditors and bring down their debt.
They said that they could get our credit card balances knocked down 50 to 60%. Basically no worries on our part.
According to the Goleys, Credit Solutions did negotiate one card down from over $2,000 to less than $400, but not so with other cards. They say one debt went from just over $2,000 to more than $4,000. They settled and paid $3,600, an amount negotiated by Credit Solutions.
It wasn't any 50 to 60% off. It was more or less 200% on top of, what we had already originally owed.
The Illinois Attorney General, Lisa Madigan, says the debt settlement industry as a whole is targeting vulnerable consumers.
You would be more likely to settle your debt by buying a lottery ticket, right, than by signing up with a debt settlement company.
Madigan has filed suit against 7 debt settlement companies in the last year and is one of 6 attorneys general targeting Credit Solutions of America, with allegations including fraudulent, deceptive, and illegal practices and false advertising.
We want them out of business. We don't want debt settlement companies to be in a position to rip off people, hard-working people who in this economy are really struggling.
In statements to CBS News, Credit Solutions claims they have, quote, helped more than tens of thousands of U.S. consumers and settled over $1.2 billion in consumer debt. The company says the Goleys received, quote, no less than 17 offers on their enrolled accounts, and they received offers on each lower than the enrolled balances on their debt.
So when you're done coloring...
The Goleys say that never happened. CBS News requested proof from the company. Credit Solutions sent us a sworn statement from a company official, but not the documents we requested.
Financially, I felt drained and felt taken advantage of, quite frankly.
We started with about $12,000 in credit card debt, and currently we're at about $12,400. So there's been no relief, obviously, whatsoever.
The Goleys filed a complaint with the Minnesota Attorney General's office, and within weeks they received a refund from Credit Solutions for most of their fees. The family has now set up payment plans with their creditors to finally get out of debt. Maggie.
So if you're in debt and you want help, can you get it legitimately, and where do you start?
One of the first things you should do is contact your creditors and see if you can work something out with them in the first place. You can also get help and get advice from nonprofit credit counselors. Go to the National Foundation of Credit Counseling, and they can try to help you out.
What are some red flags if you're looking for help?
Be careful if someone is asking you to pay a huge fee up front or pay a lot of fees for help, and also if they're guaranteeing that they can help settle your debt.
It sounds too good to be true.
It usually is.
Susan Koppen, thanks a lot.
A lot happens early on The Early Show, weekday mornings on CBS.